Hey, good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shu, and today I have a little tutorial video for y'all. This is mainly for people who want to do video making, who want to do machinima, but who are beginners like me, or have never even done this before. So I'm just doing this to give like a beginner's perspective on how I do videos, because honestly, I'm very inexperienced, so I think this will be good. Alright, so there are a couple of things you need before you make a movie or a machinima. And the first thing, obviously, that you need is a video editing software. I personally use Movavi Video Editor right here. I was looking through Reddit, and for convenience and easy to use video softwares, and Movavi came up as one of them. Movavi is really simple, but it's kind of limited and inferior compared to other most other video softwares. I know that one of my friends uses something called Adobe Premiere, and that's a lot more effective, but it's very complicated and it can be kind of tedious if you're a beginner. So, might want to start off with something a little more simple. So I use Movavi Video Editor because it's nice, it's easy, and yeah, just simple to use. I did buy this, of course. You could also, well, I'm not going to recommend that you torrent it. I recommend that you buy it because that way you'll have the license and you won't need to lie about it. And also you'll have your activation key in case you need to move to a different laptop, like I need to do soon because this laptop is being stupid and I can't even hear my own media files. I have to use something else to hear my media files, and it's just stupid. So, yeah, this is Movavi Video Editor. This is what I use for the video editing. This is like the primary thing you'll need. So, yeah, I'll exit out of this. Getting a bunch of ads, even though I bought the dang thing. The second thing you're gonna need is a recording device. I personally use OBS Studios. OBS Studios is, I'm using it to record this right now, but OBS Studios is, it lets you do various things. It lets you stream, it lets you record, capture videos, and it's also simple to use. You can also set hotkeys, like I did right now. You can mess with your stream, output, audio, video, things, and you can also set hotkeys, like I did. Makes it really convenient to record, especially when you're in game. Also, you can also use Fraps, but Fraps won't let you do certain things unless you buy the full version. With OBS Studios, everything you need to do is already here, and it's completely free. Like, you don't have to pay anything. All you need to do is just download it, and you're good to go. So, yeah, once you have your recording device, then you're nearly set up. Another software that you can also use to record audio is Audacity, and I recommend it if your audio output is not the greatest, like mine is. Audacity basically allows you to record your audio, and it allows you to do certain things to improve it, like noise reduction, or to amplify it if it's too quiet, or to reduce the noise if it's too loud, remove spikes or bumps, and all that jazz. But if your audio output device is good, then you don't really need it. But it's nice to use. So once you have your recording devices and you have your video editing software, you're pretty much set up to record any video, any movie or machinima that you're planning to make on your laptop or computer. For the sake of this video, I'll be focusing on Halo Custom Edition because that's where I do all of my machinima. You can do any other game you want. If you want to try StarCraft, you can, but I doubt you can because it's RTS. But yeah, it's making machinima is very popular among like first-person shooters. So, and a lot of people who watch my videos are Halo fans themselves. So, I think this is a good opportunity for them to kind of explore or learn about making machinima from the eyes of a beginner. Because like I said, I started not too long ago, so I'm still new to this. So, if you're gonna make Machinima on Custom Edition, then there are a couple of things that you need to do. Well, you don't have to do, but it'll sure make life easier. So, if you right-click on your Halo and go to Properties, it'll take you to the shortcut bar, and right at the end of that shortcut bar, you'll see that I have two add-ons. One of them is Dash Window, and the other is Dash Console. Dash Window basically allows Halo to be in windowed mode, which is the only way that you can have Halo in windowed mode. And Console basically allows you to do console commands using the tilde key. It's really awesome for adding some special effects like super jump, deathless, bottomless clip, all that good stuff. So once you have all that set up, then you're pretty much ready to start recording. You can also install multi-client if you want. I'll put a link to that in the description, just in case you want to mess around with it. But multi-client also lets you have more than one instance of Halo running. The catch to that, though, is that you can only control one instance at a time. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. But anyway, let's get to it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the volume down, just so you guys can hear me better. Much better. Okay, so once you have your profile selected, you can choose a server that you want to record your machinima. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be doing a server that I'm administrator on. First, I'm going to adjust my windowed Halo so that it's bigger. There we go. Oh yeah, it's also really helpful to have Hack 2. I'll put a link to the description for that, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys have Hack 2 already, so you don't need to worry about this part. But Hack 2 is essentially useful because it allows you to bookmark servers. So if I press F5, then I can see which servers I have bookmarked. As you can see, all the green are the ones that are online, and all the red are offline. So but we're gonna go to Wizard's Galaxy of Adventures and Fantasy because that's the server that I'm administrator on. And as you can see, there's one person in there already, so why don't we go in there and give him a warm welcome. And it's a random Mexican. I say Mexican because he has the Nuevo 001, which is just new 001 in Spanish. So once you're in Halo, if you're administrator here, then you can switch to the map that you want. This is in red versus blue, so obviously I'm not going to do everything in Blood Gulch, because that would be kind of pointless to have CE, because you could just go to regular Halo. But yeah, you can pretty much select, you can just pretty much switch to any map you want. Make sure map load is disabled. I usually do all my videos on a map called RPG Beta 6.2.
Game over.
That's where basically more than half of my machinima takes place. So I'm gonna be right back because I need to take my pot pie out of the oven before it burns up. So yeah, I will be right back. Let me pause this for a second. And we are back. So my pot pie is not ready after all, so I gotta leave it in there a little bit longer. So yeah, this is RPG Beta 6.2. This is where most of the machinima takes place. I refer to this as Sports Carillon in the machinima because obviously it'll be kind of silly to call it RPG Beta 6.2. But yeah, this is the map. That's the Luna Station where most of the action takes place. And it's a big map, but it was meant to roleplay in, but it's also meant for machinima. And you can pretty much do anything you hear as long as you're administrator. But right now I'm going to show you all some recording techniques. Because recording in Halo is not as easy as it looks. It's very difficult to do if you're trying to record like motion shots, because you can only control dev cam when you're not moving, and when you're moving you can't control dev cam. So there are some shots that you have to take where you're being idle, where you're not doing anything, or the camera has to be still. So yeah, that complicates things a little, but I make it work. At least I try. So the first thing you want to do is make sure console's working. So if you press the little tilde key on the top left of your keyboard, a little purple console bar will appear at the bottom left of your screen. And as you can see, it's blinking, and that's where you can do commands. If you're in an online server, then chances are there is a recon password. Well, an archon. I don't know why I call it recon. Someone joined. So I shouldn't disclose the password here, but none of you are admins here anyway, so well, some of you are, but yeah. Let me say hi to this guy. Hi, I am making a tutorial video. Okay, but anyway, so the first thing you want to do is, well, if your console's working and you type the password of the server you're in, and then wait a minute. No, I was wrong. So if you want to like go to a recording mode, then all you need to do is just do devcam 1. And as you can see, I detached from the camera. Hello there. And yeah, you can pretty much move around and it'll show you. If you want to control the camera, then you need a middle mouse key. So this is where the tricky part comes in, because it's kind of a pain to handle devcam. But what you want to do is click the middle mouse wheel and scroll backwards as you hold it down. That'll speed you up. You can move with WASD, as most gamers do. You can move up by holding the R key. You can move down by holding the F key. Just remember, if you're having trouble memorizing that, R is for rise and F is for fall. Like, I fell for a lot of girls, but they didn't fall for me. But yeah, you can pretty much control that cam. You can also use G to spin. I hope I don't get you all Disney, but I'm just trying to show how you can spin. But you can't spin the other direction, which I find really dumb. I mean, the to spin the other direction you have to hold T, but if I do that, look at that. So if you want to turn off DevCam, you can just do DevCam 0, and you're back. Easy F5. Let's hide. I'll put myself in God mode so he doesn't kill me. So that's gonna be embarrassing if he does. But yeah, so say I wanted to record a shot of me coming back to him. So of me going towards him. So I do DevCam 1. And I position the camera to where I want the shot to take. Say if I want to go from here. Okay then. Let's say if I wanted to go from here to the pelican and I wanted to get a direct shot of it. I place my camera somewhere. And then if you have OBS Studio or any other if you have like Fraps or any other game recording software, then there is a hotkey associated with recording while you're still in game, so you don't need to come out and press record. To do this, yeah, press the hotkey that you associated with. Are you kidding me? Okay then. If I wanted to get a shot of me going toward the plane, then I angle the camera to where I want it to go. So, if I want to do it from the plane's perspective, I start recording as soon as I move. And, yeah, you can also do it from the other angle, if you didn't like that shot. Usually I do it like me coming toward the object, because it makes things a little more cooler. So, I hit record, and then I do whatever action I need to do. Now, if you're picky like I am, I know another friend of mine was making a machinima called AI, and he's not as picky about mistakes as I am, but so when you enter, when you go in front of a weapon or a vehicle that you enter, you'll see something like this. Press E to enter piloted jet. If you don't want that, you can use, this is where console command comes in handy. So you can do show HUD help text 1. And if you do that, it shouldn't pop up anymore. As you can see, it's not popping up whenever I go to the jet. That allows me to maintain the full effect that I'm actually piloting a jet without having distractions. And if you want to, say like someone types in a chat and it ruins you, and it ruins the moment, I downloaded something called Halo No Text. Basically, this gets rid of all the text. The hotkey to turn it on is home, the home button, and the hotkey to turn it off is the end button. So watch what happens if I press end. I'm going to try and type something. As you can see, nothing comes up. But if I press the home button, voila. As you can see, I was just typing gibberish. But it's something nice to do if you want to keep like the full effects of the machinima. So yeah, that's and the other tricky part is like if you have people in the server, you want to get them away from the scene that you're trying to shoot in. But having people also in the server can be a blessing, because sometimes if you want to film an action shot but you want the dev cam to be moving around, then you can ask people, hey, do you want to help me with the machinima? And most people are excited to. Like, every single person that I've asked to help me actually was willing to help. But of course, I don't want to sound rude or anything, especially since I'm a beginner, but I want people who, I usually ask for people who will do as I say, without too much questioning, and also who just follow directions, because I don't care if they make mistakes, because mistakes happen. I make mistakes, and I'm a patient person, but, you know, as long as you're just trying to do your best, then everything will work out. So, yeah, you can, yeah, if you have friends that are willing to help you, that's also a plus. So, I think we pretty much covered everything. This never gets old. Okay, SAA is throwing the F-bomb. What happened? Oh yeah, also with Hack T you can sight jack. Apparently he fell in the water. But yeah, making a machinima is takes a lot of patience. So okay, well that's pretty much it for this part, and I'm gonna take a break to check on my pot pie. I just heard a ding, so I think it's ready. Wow, I can spell totally. But yeah, I'm gonna check on my pot pie. Then when I come back, I'm gonna show you how to assemble the video. So yeah, I'll be back. Alright, and we're back. So I have my yummy, yummy pot pie with some chocolate milk. I'm gonna eat that after this. So I know I said I was gonna record, I was gonna show you guys how to assemble the videos, but I think I'm gonna do that when I start working on episode 5 of my Machinema. So, I guess before I conclude, there's one last thing that I want to show you guys. And it's perhaps the most complicated. The walk animation. Now, I know I showed several people how to do this, but they still don't understand how it fully works. Even I don't understand how it fully works. But I'm going to do the best I can to show you, to make it easier for you guys to understand how to do this and how it works. So the first thing you need to do is make sure your console's working, as always. And then you type in this command in the console. This works if you're the only one in the server. Now, as you can see, it looks like I'm walking, but the server is not registering it as walking. So in reality, I'm actually running, but it just looks like I'm warping around. This means that you have to do it again in the server. And you have to do it correctly, because as you can see, I didn't do it correctly, so it didn't register. Oh, that's why. Each little part of this matters, because if you miss it, if you miss one parenthesis at all, it's not going to work. So it finally worked because I was missing a parenthesis. Now it looks like I'm walking. So this is, I use the walk animation A lot. In times where I'm just when nothing big is happening, like if I'm just walking around exploring or something, I would usually put on this walk animation. It's very tedious to do, but it adds like a nice calm effect to the environment. Like, I'm not running around, I'm not in a hurry, I'm just walking, chilling. That's why I mainly used it. So it's definitely worth the trouble in my opinion. Now, there are some drawbacks. First of all, the one drawback that I should mention is that it's really tedious. First of all, so it's gonna take a while for you to memorize it, and you're really slow too. But if you're administrator here, if you need to get around quickly, you can just give yourself speed. As you can see, I just did, and now it looks like I'm walking really fast. Kind of looks funny, to be honest, but yeah. If you need to get around somewhere, if you need to film, like, let's say you want to go in here, but you don't want to walk, you don't want to slowly walk all the way. You just give yourself speed and set yourself back to default speed, which is 1. Now, some other drawbacks that I should mention is that this command, this walk animation, will not work for all weapons. And it just depends on the map. Some maps permit you to walk with certain weapons, others do not. And as you can see, I'm going to prove it to you right now. Well, so here we have a sniper, assault rifle, shotgun, rocket launcher, and I believe a pistol. Well, I'm not even holding a pistol actually. So, the pistols are over there. So, I have the walk animation on. As you can see, I can only pick up weapons that I can still maintain the walk animation with. So just to show, see, I'm still walking with the assault rifle. And glitches will happen to where you randomly hold it to your side, like this. This happens if you switch between armless and armed. So as you can see, I did that, and now it looks like I'm holding the shotgun. I mean the assault rifle. I say shotgun because in the second episode of my Machinema, I made an intro. And when I did that intro, I had the dead body here. And I had myself here. So what I did for the intro was I switched to armless. And it takes a couple of tries. But if you switch every now and then, you'll get the glitch where you're just holding it to your side. And so that's where the intro comes in. So, I'm recording as I'm moving upwards, and you can see my face. And you can see that I'm still holding the weapon. That adds some cool effects. Now, if you're in an offline server, you can just type in unit set seat unit list. Yeah. You can type that if you're in an offline server. It has to be offline. If you just type in that console command, you should be good to go. But if you're in the multiplayer, then you have to type it in the server, and then you have to type it again in the chat and in the console. Now, if a player joins, this is where it gets complicated. If a player joins, then they become player 2, but the server, the console, will register them as player 0, and then you will be moved to player 1. I'm not sure exactly how that works. If ever you're confused, just keep doing trial and error. Like, if it doesn't work, just do one alert. And if you get the console command wrong, the beauty of it is that you can hit the tilde key and then hit the up arrow, so you can bring back the command you just did. Then you can try it again. 2 alert, 3 alert, 4 alert, and vice versa, and etc. So I guess that's it. It's easier to just have a server that you're administrator on, because you can do whatever you want. You can switch maps, you can give yourself God mode in case players try to kill you. You can turn off fall damage. You can give yourself speed. You can even set teleport locations. Of course, I'm using Phaser. Well, I'm not using Phaser. The owner of the server is using Phaser. Phaser 2, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like another script. A lot of Halo servers are now running SAP, but this one runs Phaser, and I honestly like it better than SAP because the commands are a lot more simple, and it's not overly complicating things. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing much else to show you. Oh, he came back. But yeah, that's pretty much all that I have to show you guys. I would post a link to Movavi Video Editor and OBS Studios, but I want you guys to like explore which other tools work for you. So I guess I will put the links in the description, like to download Movavi Video Editor and OBS Studios, and even Audacity, but you don't have to. You can choose whichever floats your boat. Heck, you can even use Adobe Premiere if you want, but like I said, Movavi is a lot more simple, and Adobe Premiere is like really expensive and really tedious to use, but you know, this is mainly for beginners. I mean, I am a beginner after this after all, but I have been playing Halo for years, so I'm kind of experienced in that realm. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if this helped, then awesome. So yeah, have a nice day, everybody.